between the Arizona Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Go now, 33, yellow, Edo blue. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Throw left side. There's London. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Cardinals going to use another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Black Ultra.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Get the ball. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Field. Black.
26 Mike.
Go.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, Murray. And this will be swung out here for Conner. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Murray now. They'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Murray. This is caught. It's Brown. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And this has no chance. It's no good. Well, wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
They go play action here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw it.
And coughed it up, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side, a little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Murray now to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Moody. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, it's Moody, and he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On second, here's Algier. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. He'll drop to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Back to the same target, Campbell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
After the turnover, here's Murray. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Avery Williams deep for Atlanta. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Okay, ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by Troy Pride. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing now is Murray. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Man open left side is Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Moody. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Murray and company going for it on 4th. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43. Trouble, 38. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Fielded just inside the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They'll send Brown in motion right.
Come on.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And that is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now a handoff up the middle. Moody. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here's Algier again on second down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Harris Campbell, 37 yards. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
54 mark, 54 mark. Check, check, 54, 54.
Now Murray. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Throwing on first down is Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
of scrimmage. Again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That pass complete to Moore. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
54, right there, 54 mark.
On 1st down, it's Moody, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Moody. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down, Murray. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Slot man moves right. Murray now on 1st down. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll run on first down. It's Mooney, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cards will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now a dump off here complete, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Murray now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Murray to air it out again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Pride. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, 32 yards. And the Cardinals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about. And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I can go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Moody. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Moody. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll buy some. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And now here is another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw it, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there's a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that.